Hey website assets! How do I publish my first blog post on WordPress? Let's make it live and let's get started. We have here our demonstration site and we just use a template so it might show some other things, but today we're concerned about our blog posts. As you can see, we don't have any blog posts in our blog archive here. So let's go to our dashboard here and click on Posts. And it shows us all of the posts here. We have some in our trash, but of course we want to start with a blank slate to give you the most immersive experience. Here on the left corner, let's click on Add New Post, and that takes us to Add New Post or the block editor. Okay, so let's have a brief overview of how to use the block editor. Starting out with the most glaring ones is we can add our title. So for today's example blog post, let's talk about seeing the coolness of Croatia. Okay, and then we can choose to hide this because we could then type in our text here, or up here on the left-hand side, we have the block inserter. And from here, we have these spectral ones that come with Astra, and we have the stock ones here. So for instance, if I wanted to add a heading, I can drag and drop that down there. Obviously, if you unhid this, this would be the default heading. But since we wanted this to be our main heading, we can make it heading 1, and we can copy paste this, right? And we can also format this, align it in the center. We can make it bold, we can make it italics. Make it bold, that should be fine. And we can also customize the text color. We can make it red so it's easy to be seen. You can make the background green. Okay, it's actually kind of painful to look at. Let's make it yellow. Okay, that looks a bit better. Now, how about adding the body text? Okay, it's real simple. We can click on Add Block here, and we can click on Paragraph, and that gives us a paragraph block. And you can see here on the right side, on this sidebar, we can configure our block properties. So a while ago, you saw me change the color and background of our header over here. We can change the size, and we can also make it very specific here. And we can also change particular bits of it. We can toggle those on and off. So let's just keep that there. We can also change our paddings and margins here, and these other things that you don't really have to worry about. Okay? So let's go ahead and add our text. I've typed this out beforehand, and there is our text. And it's real simple. Once these are all separated by paragraph breaks by enter or by spaces, they'll automatically be broken up, our paragraphs that is, into separate blocks. So you can see if I wanted to move this up here, I could do that. Alternatively, if I wanted to make my intro move all the way down here, if I have more paragraphs, I can use the 3 dots here and move them up and down. Of course, we can always format them, align them right, align them left, the usual. You'll just have to explore all these options, and we can even add hyperlinks too. So, just like any text editor, we can... Oh, let's move this up here, and we can just delete those things. We can add our indentations and so on. But this looks good. And you have to remember that the font that is going to be used for our posts is going to be based off of our global settings. So we have a different video on how to configure your fonts and the global colors. So this is enough for us to be able to read what we're typing. And how about let's add some images. Okay, to add some images, it's very simple. We can click on Add Block here, or go up here in the block inserter and drag and drop where you want the images. Let's say we want our first image here. Okay, and we can upload or use our media library. Let's go here, or alternatively, you can also insert from URL. So if you had, let's say, a Wikipedia site URL for, let's say, Wikipedia, we could do this, and we can click on that, and it should take us to the flag of Croatia, and we can copy the link address and type it in here, and it should appear there. Okay, so let's keep that in here actually, and we can align it on the center, and we can use this to move it up. And how about let's add pictures from our desktop? Okay, so we can insert an image with this plus icon. We can either upload from there, or we can go to our local folder here. Okay, and we can select all of these and click on open. And then once these are uploading, we could select them one by one, and we have the first ones. Okay, Dubrovnik over here, and we can also adjust the settings, make it wide width, make it full width. We can make it aligned to the center. We can also crop based on aspect ratio. So we can scroll down here. We can crop it based on that. Alternatively, we can also make it smaller just from here. Just change the dimensions. And yeah, let's crop it 16 by 9. Make it look like a movie. And we can click on apply. We can also rotate it if you want to do and zoom in. And that's looking good. And if we wanted to add more, it's as simple as adding more images. And since we've already uploaded them, they should just be here in the library. And this should be good here. Yeah, okay. And then we can also align it to the center and make it smaller. And of course, we can also add containers. So let's say we wanted to have 3 pictures in a row. We can add a block inserter, and we can drag and drop a container here, right? And then we can select, let's say, 3 pictures here, all right? And then we can add them one by one from our media library. Let's choose this one, and then, okay, media library, and then this one, and finally, the last one, the little beach. Okay, and those are our 3 images. So I'm feeling like this one should be moved over here. So we can click on this whole container, and we can drag and drop it up over here. And this one, we can drag and drop or just shift it down here. Okay, so that's looking good. And we can even make this, we can crop this to 16 by 9. Okay, apply that, and we can make this wider. Oh no, how about full width? There you go. Okay, and it takes up most of the space. Okay, that's looking great. And how about for our whole post? Now, if you were to take a look at our blog over here, it doesn't have anything. And if we wanted a preview image, we can go ahead and probably remove this one. Let's delete this. Okay, and then we can make this a bit smaller and align it center, and then we can move it all the way up top here. No, here. And if we wanted the other one to be our featured image or cover photo to make it easier to understand, we go here and we scroll down, featured image. We can set a feature image, and we can choose the one we cropped earlier. And it won't appear here, but you'll see the utility of this in a while. Okay, now once we're happy with this, we can always change our backgrounds and colors and so on. But for our purposes of this one, this should be fine. And we can finally make it for review. We can stick it to the top of the blog. We can change the authors. We can change the format. We can add categories. So let's say travel, and yeah, and tags. right? And we can write an excerpt, which is probably a good idea if we just copied this first one and we put it up here, because our readers will be able to see that when they're viewing our blog archive. So once we're happy with our blog post over here, we can click on Publish, and we set it to immediately. And once we return to our homepage here, okay, same. Let's click on Blog. And there is our featured image. Notice that it's not the whole blog, actually. We can click on, there's our excerpt. We can click on Read More. And here's our featured image. And there is the entirety of our first blog post with the comments and everything. So, if you found this video helpful, please consider leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing, as it really helps us out with the YouTube algorithm. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.